Claiming publicly he was too ugly back in the day. Now, when you try to search up pictures of Jay-Z and Brandy, you will find... Hold up, let me see.
Explain that.
Yeah, because he never was someone that you communicate with, that you're like friends with the person. But I always respected him because he was never an actual competitor in actual fact. He was someone who was a competitor through perception.
How close was Diddy and Jay-Z? They was close enough that they wasn't playing basketball, they wasn't playing baseball, they wasn't playing football, and they wasn't playing hockey or soccer for Diddy to come on stage, pat him on his and then make the statement to people in the world that can't nobody call me Sean but Jay-Z.
And B was, one time she jumped off of the ledge, came running over because she thought me and Jay had issues, and I was like, what the? And I was like, did she really just jump down and run over here like that?
Beyonce jumped off a ledge. Yeah, what happened?
It was in the Cosmopolitan, huh?
She really a superhero.
She jumped down and no, she was like, this what? Like that Bonnie and Clyde for real? You try this or what, boy? I'm here.
Word.
She down like at me. She looked, I said,
Was Solange with her?
She looked at me like.
This new storm pulls together old whispers, fresh scandals, and accusations that were buried for years. And right at the center of it all stands 50 Cent, a man who has spent the last 2 decades calling out people he believes are protected by the industry. That list has always included Diddy. But now, according to 50, the conversation has shifted. He's saying the next wave doesn't stop with one mogul. It stretches into the worlds of Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and even Oprah Winfrey. 3 of the biggest names in modern entertainment. 3 people who've been talked about for years, but never directly warned like this before. The spark came when 50 Cent hinted that he's sitting on new, unreleased footage tied to the same circle connected to the Diddy scandal. He teased that the documentary on Sean Combs was only chapter 1. And right after dropping those hints, he posted a line that kept echoing across social media: "You are next." Fans instantly connected the dots. Many believed that message was aimed straight at Jay-Z and Beyoncé. People started asking, why them? Why now? And why right after the Diddy documentary? The answer points back to long-running rumors about a tight inner circle in entertainment, a circle protected for years by money, silence, and powerful relationships. When the Netflix documentary on Diddy dropped, viewers quickly noticed how close Jay-Z and Diddy had been for years. Business partners, party regulars, overlapping worlds. Beyoncé moved in those same elite spaces. Photo shoots, Rock Nation brunches, Grammy backrooms, the same names kept popping up. And 50 hinted that anyone connected to Diddy might not be as safe as they once thought, now that tapes and evidence
by the public.
These were private conversations, and that he and Diddy could talk openly. And Mark could talk to Diddy not just as a client, but as a person, and try to guide him in a time leading up to his arrest. And unbeknownst to Mark Agnifilo, Diddy has got this guy recording the conversation as he's sitting there saying, "You are screwing this up, you are messing up this case, we're losing." And knowing that that's on tape, and it's almost like he's performing for the camera and not telling Mark what's going on. And the really enraging part about it is that Mark Agnifilo won this case for Diddy with legal strategy. It wasn't just an accident that this jury that had heard all of this in the news before the trial voted not guilty on all the serious charges. It was Mark Agnifilo that did that. Yet Diddy secretly records this guy and embarrasses him. And yeah, you could say, well, Diddy never expected that it would end up being broadcast somewhere else. Well, okay, but Diddy was planning on using it, or he wouldn't have had it recorded in the first place. So it's just really, really unfair. And I know that in a way this sounds crazy, that I'm getting so upset about Diddy, and yet there's video of Diddy beating Cassie. Well, that's horrendous, but that doesn't mean you can't look at something else as well. And I just think, as a lawyer, I just think this is just so outrageous that he would do something like this, and not even understanding what Agnifalo's legal theory was. Because I will tell you that when we did our first documentary on Diddy, which was 8 months before the trial, Mark Agnifalo said to me on camera that he is going to tell this jury that this was a successful black man that prosecutors were trying to take down because they couldn't get into his bank accounts because they were clean, and he couldn't deal with they couldn't deal with taxes because he wasn't committing tax fraud. So they go into his bedroom. And that's what Mark Agnifalo said 8 months before. And he goes into the trial and he essentially wins that argument. Whether you believe it or not, a jury that sat through the whole thing, they believed it. And ultimately they convicted him on this BS Mann Act thing. So Diddy won that case. And one of the reasons he won the case is something that Agnifalo got criticized for. That when he did the documentary with me, he was making a joke about the baby oil. Remember, he said, oh, well, you know, I didn't know he bought in bulk. He must have bought 1,000 bottles at Costco. And a lot of people just slammed him for that and said, how dare you? You're being disrespectful. The baby oil is the smoking gun in this case. Agnifalo knew all along that the baby oil was Diddy's best defense, because when Agnifalo got before that jury in closing argument, he looked at them and he said, well, the feds came in with their armor and artillery and guns, and what did they do? They got 1,000 bottles of baby oil off the streets. Ooh, he said, the streets are safer now, and the jury laughed, and that laugh told Agnifalo he should keep going on that, and that the trial itself was absurd because the baby oil was really the...
Fans also remembered that 50 Cent once accused Jay-Z of protecting certain Hollywood circles. Many tied this back to 50's long-standing belief that big names shield each other. The tension feels louder now because 50 has already shown he's willing to put everything on camera. He exposed Diddy's private world in a documentary seen worldwide. So when he said, "You are next," people didn't brush it off. To really understand this warning, you have to look at the long history between 50 Cent and Jay-Z. Their rivalry goes back to the early 2000s, and it was competitive from day one. Jay-Z allegedly tried to block 50's rise by warning industry insiders not to work with him. He even referenced 50 during his Summer Jam freestyle, basically telling him not to push his luck. 50 took that personally, and the tension never faded. Their paths split in very different directions. Jay-Z became the quiet billionaire, controlling brands, award shows, sports deals, luxury partnerships, political ties, and elite friendships. 50 Cent became the loud disruptor, building his empire through television, business ventures, and public callouts. Two completely different styles of power. Jay-Z moves silently, 50 moves loudly. And when 50 speaks, people listen because he's never been known to hold back.
Has set his sights on someone new after the Diddy Netflix documentary. If you aren't aware, 50 Cent has been getting insane feedback from the Netflix documentary he made on Diddy. Sean Combs' The Reckoning is what it's called, and it's #1 all over Netflix, beating even Stranger Things. Diddy himself has responded to it, saying the stories are false, of course, denying everything, and even trying to do a cease and desist on the Netflix documentary. And after this Diddy documentary, a lot of people have been wondering who's the next person that deserves to get exposed. And Jay-Z is the one that a lot of people are pointing their finger at. And the reason why Jay-Z has been getting a lot of this type of backlash is because Jay-Z was really close to Diddy. At one point, Diddy was even calling him his brother, and that Jay-Z's the only one that can call him his real name, Sean. That maybe there's something on Jay-Z's side that has been going on behind the scenes. Now, there hasn't been any solid proof yet, but Nicki Minaj has been going at Jay-Z for quite some time, talking about Jay-Z is manipulative and he steals, and he's been pushing a narrative, and that Roc Nation has control and power over a lot of things. And I can kind of understand where she's coming from to a certain extent, We got to remember when Jay-Z went up on the Grammy stage and said Beyonce never won Album of the Year and complained about that. Literally the following year, Beyonce wins Album of the Year, which is just something like that doesn't show you that there is some power going on there, that there is something behind the scenes that Jay-Z controls. It's clear as day that it's all politics on who wins Grammys, you know, who gets the better light and things. So that kind of opened my eyes, you know, as to Roc Nation's power and how they manipulate things in the media. I'll never forget Jay-Z would get this like special treatment all the time when it comes to the media. I mean, Hot 97, when they interviewed Jay-Z, they literally rolled out a red carpet. They never did that for any other artist. So Jay-Z's always had this kind of special treatment when it came to things. But now the question is Jay-Z involved in crazier things? I mean, there's been a lot of speculation in a lot of different ways, and people are pointing their attention towards 50 Cent wanting him to do a Jay-Z documentary. And it looks like he might actually do it, because on Instagram he posted a drawing of Jay-Z that kind of makes fun of his looks, and he posted that photo and he said this in the caption: "Please stop sending me stuff like this. I'm not gonna post it." Basically making a joke, you know, because obviously he posted it on his social media. But, and here's the interesting but in this, is someone commented on the post, and the comment got liked by 50 Cent. And this is the comment. It's from Dom KMDA. I hope I pronounced that right, Dom Kamada. He commented saying, "My only question, he's next, isn't he?" And 50 ended up liking that comment. And here's the thing. I actually saw this on Twitter and X, you know, whatever, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. And I wanted to confirm, is this real? Because a lot of people Photoshop these type of things just to create drama and create this speculation. So I actually DM'd the guy himself, and I showed him the photo, and I asked him, "Hey, is this a real photo? Did 50 like your comment?" He said, "Hey, yes, he did." And I was like, perfect, thank you for confirming. Thought it was Photoshopped. LOL, appreciate the response. And he said, "I was surprised as well. Didn't see that coming." So shout out to him for, you know, responding to my DM and confirming that, you know, the comment actually got liked by 50, because, you know, a lot of people Photoshop and spread narratives. So me being the proper journalist, whatever you want to call me, news reporter, I, you know, wanted to go get to the source and see if it was actually real. There's also something that's very interesting that went over a lot of people's heads, and that's the documentary coming out on December 2nd. That Diddy documentary coming out on that date. Literally 2 days later, you have Jay-Z's birthday, December 4th, which to me sends a subliminal message to Jay-Z that you're next. So that's crazy. That just, to me, you know, shows that 50 is potentially gonna work on something going at Jay-Z, and he might get Nicki Minaj involved, because Nicki Minaj has a huge issue with Jay-Z with a lot of things, and I don't even know the full details of that, because she's gone at Jay-Z for quite some time.
As the years passed, Jay-Z continued aligning himself with other powerful figures. That includes Diddy. That includes Oprah. That includes people tied to massive corporate networks. And every time 50 Cent felt something was being covered up, he mocked it or posted cryptic reactions. But never before had he directly warned Jay-Z like this. This is the first time 50 has suggested he has actual footage that could impact the Carters. Fans see this as a major shift, because 50 doesn't bluff. When he says he has documents, recordings, or a story, he usually drops it. And that's why Jay-Z and Beyoncé suddenly became the center of online conversation. Then there's the Oprah connection. People started asking why Oprah's name was suddenly being pulled into discussions about Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and the Diddy Circle. The answer lies in resurfaced accusations against Oprah, mixed with 50 Cent's long history of criticizing her. 50 has always claimed Oprah uses her influence selectively. He accused her of going hard on Black entertainers while ignoring powerful white men during the height of the Me Too movement. He's pointed out her focus on R. Kelly, while also reminding people of her past support for Harvey Weinstein. And he's never forgotten that Oprah once refused to interview him.
Epstein, he was running with that whole crew. They want to know how we're going to do it, how the public is going to take him. Is the public going to let him back in? And the public is not. The public is already canceling him. I don't believe the industry has canceled him yet. All those people who went to those Diddy parties, not one of them had came out and denounced what he has done. I haven't heard one of them. I have not heard one person denounce, well, man, let God handle it. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here with that. If that was your daughter, would you let God handle it? All those people, they ain't denounced him. They ain't definitely, they can't come forward and say, yo, I support him. Because it would mess up their brand. It would mess up their brand. Jay-Z, we the only one could call each other Sean. Jay is the only one could call me Sean. I'm the only one could call him Sean. Get the hell out of here. If that ain't no fun boy stuff. But you ain't had not one person, brother, not one person sit there, denounce what he did, or come forward.
But it goes even deeper. Old accusations resurfaced about how Oprah treated several black celebrities. Ludacris said Oprah edited his interview and scolded him over rap music while promoting his film. Dave Chappelle claimed Oprah pushed him to frame his struggles as paranoia instead of acknowledging industry pressure. Monique accused Oprah of blackballing her after Precious. Taraji P. Henson revealed she was severely underpaid for The Color Purple, and 50 Cent publicly backed many of these claims. There were also controversies surrounding the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa, with incidents in 2007 and 2011 drawing criticism. More recently, wild conspiracy theories tried to link Oprah to missing children or secret locations. Most of those were debunked, but the controversy still lingers. Now that 50 is already going after one powerful mogul through a documentary, fans believe Oprah could be next, especially since 50 said some of the people he plans to expose are the ones we'd least expect. Hollywood connections are never random, and in this story, the paths of Oprah, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Diddy cross more often than people realize. Oprah has interviewed Beyoncé multiple times with clear admiration. She's praised the Carters' business growth. Jay-Z has appeared at her events, and Oprah has publicly supported some of his projects. Beyoncé has performed at high-level charity events tied to Oprah's network.
Beyonce didn't want to speak and does not speak to Brandy, and the truth of the matter is that she go back there with Monica and Kelly, and there go Patti LaBelle, and then there goes Solange, all right? And there's a reason why Solange is around as well, because if you guys don't know, for a while Solange and Beyonce actually were not on speaking terms, but they're back talking now, they're back cool, and basically Solange is around to keep Beyonce spiritually protected. Solange is the spiritual protector of that family. Don't get it twisted. Mama Tina is powerful. Solange is the most powerful list. You better ask some damn body, all right? Now, the reason why Beyonce ain't came to speak to Brandy, baby, is because Beyonce does not talk to anyone who used to sleep with Jay-Z, okay? Whether you guys know it or not, and I have to say allegedly, right? Jay-Z and Brandy used to talk back in the day, and by back in the day I mean like late 90s type stuff, right? Brandy always kept Jay-Z on the low back in the day because, quite honestly, he was too ugly to be out in public with. I'm just keeping it real. To claim him publicly, he was too ugly back in the day. Now, when you try to search up pictures of Jay-Z and Brandy, you will find, hold up, let me see. Hold up, let me see, because I thought I had a picture of them two. Brandy and Jay-Z. Now this would have been from let's see, Beyonce, Jay-Z. Brandy and Jay-Z. Okay, there we go. Now, this picture of them was in 2002. All right, and this was, I think, was at one of her album release parties, if I'm not mistaken. This was a year after Moesha Rap, because Moesha went off air in 2001. Yes, he was dealing with Beyonce at the time as well, and Blue Cantrell. He was. Let me tell you, Jay-Z was laying it low and spreading it wide. Jay-Z was one of those dudes in the industry that, you know, you messed around with. He piped you down, but before he was really him, you did not claim him publicly because he was just simply too ugly. It was what it was. But Jay-Z was in love with Brandy then. He's not in love with her now, but he still has love and feelings towards her. He's one of those people that feels like once he done had you and once he done loved you, he always feels like he has like possession over you. Jay-Z is one of those kind of men, baby. I don't know if they told you. Jay-Z is extremely jealous, extremely controlling, and extremely possessive. That's another reason why. Hold up. Where the picture go? Wait a minute. Where the picture go? That's another reason why Beyonce up here. Wait. Anyway, y'all get the point. That's another reason why Beyonce, over the years, a lot of the music that she's made, it's always been with him. A lot of the remixes, it's always been with him or somebody that he approves of her to work with, okay? Jay-Z was so damn controlling, he didn't even want her father, talking about Matthew Knowles now, he didn't want her father managing her anymore, and he stepped in. And if y'all notice, when Jay-Z stepped in as Beyonce's manager, the music changed, everything changed, and the money started to get effed up. But that's another story for another day. We're not getting on that right now. We sticking with Brandy and Jay-Z right now. So they started messing around on the low in the 90s. Even to the early 2000s, they were still messing around. I'm not exactly sure which year the relationship officially ended, but just know that Jay-Z was just basically good for that was what he gave. He gave big I don't know no other way to put it, but he was like, for the ladies that's watching, you know, like if you ever dealt with like a tall, ugly with big pipe, you went to him to get piped down, but you would not like ever like claim him like that because he was just super ugly. He was what it was. And before he really blew up, didn't nobody want to be seen with him like that. It is what it is. And quite frankly, Jay-Z dated a lot of your favorite female stars from back in the day, but they would not claim him publicly.
Jay-Z and Diddy also shared a long business history. They collaborated on music, showed up at the same exclusive parties, and moved through the same luxury spaces. Many believe these circles share information, resources, and powerful allies, and that's exactly the type of group 50 Cent says is now under pressure. Ray J recently added fuel to the fire, claiming that elite names connected to Diddy were worried about hidden tapes. He said some of the biggest stars were scrambling to distance themselves, and whenever people talk about elites in Diddy's orbit, Jay-Z and Beyoncé's names come up. Not because they're accused of wrongdoing, but because they were in the same rooms, the same award shows, the same investment circles, the same after parties, and the same inner layers of Hollywood power.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies, those trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, listen. If you look at his career,
This guy. Oh, wow. You're gonna let him say that?
Jay was getting Grammys.
he had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he didn't show up.
No, he has like 20 now.
Hold on.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was
At
one.
the same time.
After that, he got some shit. He started drinking. His pictures with him like, thinks the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's in.
Oh, wow.
Right? You were connected to the biggest.
Jay got it for the music. Jay got it for the music.
You didn't see.
He deserved those.
Those shit there, it was like this, like Black excellence. They're sitting there like, yeah. It's a billionaire brunch. You're like,
I hate you, man.
unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you this year. Yeah.
Yeah, we said.
Come on, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He just looking at his watch during the whole Rock Nation prayer. Like, is it 3:30?
Yeah, it's almost time to get out of here. Yo, I feel like I'm normal again. Get me out of here.
Oh wow! So that's the deal he signed, huh?
Yeah, that's the deal. Like, the other ones didn't count as much as that one did.
Oh, yeah, before I forget this, we talked about Jay. Proximity to Diddy. You don't think he knew anything? He's seemingly around Diddy a lot.
That was a real suburb question.
Yeah, I know, right?
Proximity.
And the proximity.
Proximity. That's the SAT hit parade word. I had to learn that.
Jim, do you think you knew all of the that was going on? Yeah, that was like a...
I don't want to incriminate myself.
I know, but the way you said it,
Like I said,
no matter how you answer that, you snitching.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a nice kind of question.
Yeah. You asked the question like a fan.
hey, I grew up with white people, but one thing I know is how to get a black guy in trouble.
But it's a great question.
Yo, just give him the Happy Meal before you ask him to snitch, bro.
You said, damn, they wasn't even drinking.
Speaking of, how the hell you pronounce
Lechimendewa.
Okay.
It's the King's Path.
King's Path.
Because I know Branson. That's the one I pronounce.
Branson. That's the Branson lifestyle. You're gonna be outside.
Biff, you're not worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got in my past.
Everybody got a little bit. Not that it's real enough.
I took a pill. But it was for me to perform better. Or to remember, buddy. I didn't give a...
That's why 50 Cent's warning hits different. It's not random gossip. It's about connections. Connections that link Oprah's controversies, Diddy's scandals, Jay-Z's silence, and Beyoncé's carefully curated image into one fragile network. And 50 has made it clear that Hollywood power no longer scares him. He wants to crack it open. People assumed the Diddy documentary only hurt Diddy. That wasn't true. The aftershock was much bigger. Anyone who worked with him, partied with him, or attended private events is now being watched closely. Artists, producers, models, actors, even political figures. When 50 said more documentaries were coming, panic followed. Not because everyone is guilty, but because 50 digs deep and doesn't care how powerful someone is. Lawyers revisited old cases, publicists rewrote statements, celebrities quietly stopped showing up at certain events, photos with Diddy mysteriously disappeared, and those moves only made the public more suspicious. The documentary revealed a long pattern of extreme behavior, and many celebrities admitted they saw hints of it. That leads to one simple question: who else knew, and who chose to look away?
Sean Combs' The Reckoning, the 50 Cent Diddy doc. First and foremost, we've been talking about this thing, Jack, for going on 2 years now, and once again, thank you for even being, I guess you could say, a beacon during this whole conversation, as far as kind of spreading light on a lot of things that go down in the industry that, you know, the normal person may not even see or hear about, that happens in the day-to-day. Did you really think 50 Cent, when he first mentioned it, that there was an actual documentary being worked on?
Well, see, this is the thing. I can believe that it was happening. At what purpose? See, and that's the thing. Like, my opinion about all of this stuff is so much different than your average person's, and my outlook is so much different than your average person's. Did I believe that it was possible? Absolutely. Why wouldn't he be able to do a documentary? Why wouldn't he be able to bring in Alexandria to come and put this together? Like, the woman who directed this, she doesn't even seem to have a background in hip hop at all.
That makes sense.
So it's like, yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. I I mean, for crying out loud, Diddy sent him freak off videos.
True. Very true. Very true.
About it.
Did you feel that just 50 Cent's name being attached to it again? These are two, as everyone knows, the three names in hip hop are Jay-Z, Diddy, 50 Cent when it comes to the status of where you could get as a business or a brand.
I guess
so. For the top three individuals, for one to go at the other and release this doc, I don't know, what does that say to again, I keep asking about the hip hop state of things. What does that say to hip hop? Like, are we our own downfall? I guess I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It all depends on what you consider hip hop. Like, I don't consider any of this debauchery, any of this animalistic crap. I don't consider any of this hip hop. I grew up in hip hop. You know, I know what hip hop culture is, and it's none of this stuff that people are selling.
I mean, when did it stop being hip hop? We're gonna go through the documentary itself, but when did it stop?
It stopped being hip hop when it became corporatized. It stopped being hip hop when certain groups of people saw that they could use it to influence the mass public. When people saw how influential hip hop was, it became very clear. Once upon a time, not long ago, where people wore pajamas and lived life, you know, when laws were stern and justice stood and people were behaving like they ought to good, there lived a little boy and he was misled by another little boy, and this is what he said: "Me and you, kid, we gonna make some cash, robbing old folks and making a dash."
Come on.
Like, they did the job and money came with ease, but one couldn't stop us like he had a disease. He robbed another and another and a sister and a brother. Tried to rob a man who was a detective.
Jay-Z attended the parties. Beyonce appeared at events tied to the same network. Oprah praised figures now under scrutiny. That doesn't mean they were involved, but it does mean their names show up in the same conversations, and that's enough for the internet to start watching. 50 Cent has warned this is only the beginning. He says more names are coming, and since he already challenged the biggest mogul in hip-hop, people expect the next target to be just as powerful. So why is 50 the one leading this wave? Simple, he doesn't fear losing access. Jay-Z, Diddy, Oprah, and Beyonce built power through alliances, connections, and image protection. 50 built his power through independence. His TV empire runs without Hollywood approval. His businesses stand on their own. His fame doesn't depend on industry gatekeepers. That freedom lets him say what others only whisper. That's why he can challenge the untouchables, and why his documentary scared so many people. 50 has always embraced conflict. From rappers to executives to billionaires, he's gone after anyone who crossed him, and he usually wins because he brings receipts, interviews, lawsuits, investigations, and verified accounts. Fans trust him because he doesn't need to lie. In fact, telling the truth loudly benefits him. That makes him dangerous in a system built on silence. So when he warned Jay-Z and Beyoncé, people believed him instantly.
I'll say this in front of a bunch of people in the studio. Me and him got into it that night. And we started snapping and joking and talking to each other. When he said about Danny the Kane, he said they gonna keep on messing with me. Or he said the word effing with me. They gonna keep on effing with me, and I'm gonna when you hear people saying this, yo, this is crazy. This is so crazy right now, because I heard him say it. But to know that he was doing it, it's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother light right now, bro. He said it, I'ma drug them out and pimp them out to my they keep with me. And he was talking about Danny the Kane as a group. He didn't single out any one of them. But to hear that he did it, that is crazy to me. we had a big argument and we started talking about each other and what had and what he didn't have. He was calling me, yo, you broke cop. This like, you ain't got nothing I ain't got. I got a watch, you got a watch. I got a ring, you got a ring. I got a chain, I got a home. We went through that whole like that. We start talking about his teeth. You understand? I start talking about, him, his breath, everything. We was going at each other. That next day at his house, he said, yo, Gene, he called me upstairs and he said, yo, Gene, I couldn't talk to him like that no more in front of people and everything like that. Cause I know me and Puff go back from the same gang since 89, 90 when he got jumped in it. You understand? We go back way to that time. So I knew him. You understand? He was like a little nephew. So when he started talking shit to me, I said, yo, listen here, bro. You don't say shit about me, I won't say shit about you. If you say something, you open up your mouth about me, I'm gonna talk about all your green dentures and all that shit like that. We not playing them games, bro. He said, all right, Gene, cool. You understand? People don't understand, bro. The love and the power I had, not only in Harlem, Queens, I had dudes all over New York City, from the Bronx, everybody that had mad love for me because I looked out. You understand? I made sure, that people needed knowledge and information on certain things. They had a lot of people that was on parole that was in the music business. I used to save guys by letting them know their rights and what the people could and couldn't do to them. So I had a lot of genuine love from a lot of dudes. You don't be around a K. Slay for over 20-something years, a Chance Williams over 20-something years, and be some kind of sucker and was right next to him, doing all their functions, all their situations and everything like that, running security for them, making sure their people were safe in the whole 9 yards. You understand? I had my man Pete, I had people calling me, yo, look out for Nate Dogg when he come to New York. Look out for Mac 10, look out for Exhibit, doing stuff like that, Good Brothers and everything like that. So what I'm trying to say to you is that, bro, is that to be at that type of status and be that type of person and do the things that I did, you understand, I had to have people who were in that lifestyle.
Now everyone wants to know what the new footage actually shows. 50 hasn't revealed details, but many believe it ties directly to the same Hollywood environments exposed in the Diddy documentary. It could be behind-the-scenes recordings, security footage, witness testimonies, conversations that happened when cameras weren't supposed to be on. The internet doesn't think the footage shows Jay-Z or Beyoncé committing wrongdoing. Instead, people believe it may reveal what they knew. And in the court of public opinion, knowledge can be just as damaging as action, especially now that victims are speaking out. The footage could also expose how elite circles protected certain names for decades, and that kind of exposure terrifies powerful people, because once the public sees the full picture, alliances start to crumble. That's why 50 is confident. He knows people are paying attention, and he knows the next documentary could completely reshape the conversation about Hollywood power.
Has been working on this documentary for almost 2 years. The footage he has is insane. The people he got speaking about Diddy is ridiculous. And on top of that, the only place he agrees to do the interview, Rob, if you can show this, he goes and interviews with ABC. And there's an Instagram post he put up, Rob. I don't know if you have that or not. If you go on his Instagram account, he goes and does the interview about Diddy's documentary on ABC. And they say the reason why he did it on ABC, it's that one right there, Rob, the one you had it on, is because ABC News Station is one of only few stations they're allowed to watch in prison. With that smile. So he wants Diddy to know the world is watching.
Not only did he not pay the cameraman, he didn't even tell his own lawyers. Plus this latest from 50 Cent and Diddy's own mom. Ooh, you gotta watch this one. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor. As all of us around the world realize that the footage from the Netflix special Diddy, The Reckoning, or The Reckoning Sean Combs, that footage of Sean came out because he didn't pay the cameraman. Well, it gets even worse. It gets even worse. Backstabbed on camera, Netflix's Diddy documentary reveals mogul secretly taped his defense attorney during case meltdown. He did not tell Agnifilo. Now, I don't know how that works. Let's watch it, because in this moment, you can kind of see he's filming.
Many say the timing couldn't be better. The Diddy case is fresh. The public is alert. Victims feel empowered. And the media is finally questioning people it once protected. Whether Jay-Z or Beyoncé did anything wrong isn't even the main issue right now. What matters is their position inside a system people want exposed. When 50 Cent says he has footage, viewers believe him. His warning created a new chapter in the Hollywood power story. You are next. Even without naming names, fans immediately thought of Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Oprah. All three have long-standing ties to the Diddy circle, the entertainment elite, and decisions critics have questioned for years. With new footage reportedly in his hands, 50 is preparing to peel back another layer of industry secrecy. This moment matters because history rarely sees one person challenge multiple billion-dollar figures at once. Most people stay quiet. Most people play safe. But 50 is doing the opposite.
Included in a documentary produced by 50 Cent shows Combs capturing confidential exchanges with his attorney, Mark Agnifilo, who, according to those familiar with the situation, had no idea he was being filmed or recorded. Revelation has ignited a firestorm within the legal community and raised questions about Combs' conduct during one of the most sensitive periods of his legal battle. Is anyone surprised, though? Come on. Netflix documentary featured material shot by the videographer Diddy hired to chronicle his life during what he described as a turbulent time. In the clips, Combs appeared frustrated and angry with Agnifilo and the entire defense team as they discuss his impending arrest. He is heard accusing his lawyers of losing control of the case and mishandling key aspects of his legal defense. Well, I mean, you're guilty on a lot of it, so it was kind of hard for them. They did, I would say, damn good job given the circumstances. Sources close to Agnifilo say he was unaware Diddy had commissioned someone to record the phone calls, much less their private strategy sessions. The inclusion of this footage in a publicly released documentary now places Agnifilo in an uncomfortable and unprecedented position, with conversations that should have remained protected suddenly.
Fans are now asking if this will finally shift public trust in entertainment's elite. Some wonder if careers, reputations, and partnerships will survive. Others think chaos is coming. But everyone agrees on one thing: 50 Cent is not done. His warning wasn't a joke. It was a promise. So the final question is simple. When this new footage drops, will Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Oprah be ready for what the world is about to see? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. And until next time, fam, keep it real.